This show reminds you that no matter how creepy you are, as long as you're vaguely attractive, you can get away with almost anything.
Do you want to touch it?
Touch that subscribe button. I don't know what got into me there. So let's dive straight into this and see what Mischief Joe is getting himself into in season 4, part 1, and we're gonna talk about some theories about part 2, and you can comment your thoughts about what you think might happen in the next part. So, just a quick recap of last season. Joe had to murder Love so that he could stop her from murdering him first. You know, couple goals. And in doing so, faked his own death by cutting off his toe, which you'd assume would hinder him from walking well. But look at him running to save his new love interest's life. Wait, let me not get ahead of myself. So, he set his house on fire and left his baby with a co-worker. Also, he could run away to Paris, chasing after his 6th victim. I mean, love interest. Love interest. In 4 seasons, he has had 7 flings, situationships, obsessions. What do you even call it when Joe falls in love with a woman? I mean, at this point, he has to figure out it's not you, it's me who's a messed up psycho. Who, at this point, I hope he gets what he deserves, because oh my goodness, no, there's no way he can be getting away with all this. But I'll give him credit because he only killed like 1 person in season 3. That was Marianne's ex-husband. Love was doing most of the killing there. And it's so funny the way he does it. He makes you root for him when he's about to kill somebody. Now let's get into season 4. Joe is a professor at a high-ranking fictional university because of course he managed to pass through immigration not only in America, France, but also Great Britain. Securing a work visa and also getting a degree through a hitman sent by Love's dad, who shows up and extorts him, but because of the plot, he has a good heart which enables him to give the illegal immigrant Joe documents. Evening, gentlemen. We have reached a point where I think we should just end this show because we have milked this cow enough and creatively we're not going anywhere. Plus Marvel is calling and I have to go. What if we made him fall into some radioactive fluid, right? And after he flows into that, just wait, I'm getting it. He becomes gay. Follow, listen. He becomes gay, right? That's why he can't really commit to people. That's why he can't really commit to a woman, because he's battling his innermost desires. What do you think about that? Plus, they have to keep their curtains open. So, I agree with that. Let's get him to London first. Forget Paris. Paris is a bit boring. Let's get him to London and see how Joe's ex-wife, right? Ex-wife, his father, his hitman, gives him documents, right? Stay with me. Documents for him to become a lecturer. Plus, we'll keep the windows open. Plus, we'll keep the curtains open. So, I like the London and Hitman story, but I don't think he'll be gay, but maybe he'll be bisexual. We'll have a scene, maybe, where he's in chains with another guy just to keep the ladies on their toes. You know what I mean? Plus, we'll keep the whole curtain open thing because that's very important for the storyline. You are fired. So, Joe Goldberg, who's now Jonathan Moore, is lecturing a class of students and also doing a voiceover, which I honestly think are his actual thoughts. Because he kind of zones out when the voiceover thing is going on, then is drawn back once someone speaks or someone else talks to him. Something like that. He gets to stay in this 3,000 square foot London apartment that his co-worker Malcolm, solid oak. You can say what you want to say about him. Malcolm was solid. Joe wanted his girlfriend. So Malcolm organized for him an apartment, no strings attached. An apartment which has full view of his own apartment for some reason. So in this season, he vowed never to fixate on any woman ever again. But in the usual Joe fashion, he had to save Malcolm's girlfriend, Kate, the girl from the window with the curtains open, from getting mugged. Even asked her not to mention him to the police, like the true vigilante he is. So for doing that good deed, Malcolm invites him to this secret rich people's club opening, where some of the most toxic people in television history meet. Yo, like, what's going on there, guys?
Yep, still hate this guy.
Thank you. For Kate.
He meets people like Lady Phoebe, who has a thing for him. I hope he doesn't die, because I kind of have a soft spot for Phoebe now. And I honestly don't know what Joe told her that night. I hope it's going to be shown, but I think it might be one of those suspense things. It just keeps us guessing, like Joe has game. That's why he's getting all these girls. Like, you know, that whole weird not talking thing, it's actually cute. Simon Sue, whose father bought his record-breaking art. Such a typical silver spoon boy. His sister Sophie Sue, who's a walking catalog, she's paid to dress up. I wish I was paid to dress up. It's actually obligated by law that I dress up, so yeah. Then we have the highly controversial Rhys Montrose, who's this big shot author because he wrote an autobiography about how he grew up really poor, but then found out he was royalty. Some relatable stuff, you know? Plus, he's also running for mayor. Joe really admires Rhys and his relatable stories of difficult childhood and being raised by a single mother, so he asks him if he believes in redemption. Then Rhys says yes, and practically says, be a psychotic killer and say 3 Hail Marys. Ever since you clicked on this video, I've noticed one thing you haven't done. You have not hit the subscribe or like button. Not even the bell notification. Do that now, please. And now, do something for you. And that's not follow you and kill. Wow, that's the second time that's happening to me. I don't know what's going on. I think it's the TV show. I have gone too deep. So listen to some crazy theories. Number 1, there have been some people on the streets of YouTube saying that Rhys is not a real person and is just a made-up character in Joe's head. Okay, he is a real person, but Joe is making up this whole relationship he has with him. He's just projecting everything to be Rhys, but it's actually him. Because how is it that every time there's a death, Joe's either blacked out or he's asleep? That's such a big coincidence if you think about it. Love's dad might find out through the photographer chick that Joe's still alive, and he may plan to execute his revenge on him by kidnapping Marianne and making Joe try to rescue her, then kill him. Remember the scene when she first saw him at the market? She actually smiled, then it finally clicked. Wait a minute, this guy's supposed to be dead. So if she's kidnapped, that will be Joe's redemption to win her back and make her fall in love with him again, or whatever that psycho thinks of. This is not even a theory, but Lady Phoebe's manor is the same one used in an old Batman movie. Not only does it have a bat cave, but also a dungeon for slaves. Number 4. Kate's father might be the one funding Rhys's campaign in turn for political favors. I hope we get a glimpse of him in the next part of the season, because she's described to have more money than all her aristocratic friends put together. Number 5. Kate was involved in the murder of Malcolm, and she's been covering it up this whole time. Come on, we've all noticed a lot of similarities between her and Love. It's not that far-fetched. Now time for you and I to talk about the predictions. Rhys will try and kill Kate, because if he's real and exists not only in Joe's head as the eat the rich killer, he will be looking for another victim, and I see no one better than Kate for this. Joe is gonna kill again. Yeah, not a big surprise, but I think he's gonna kill this photographer, or there'll be some weird plot twist like she's his mother or something. But there's something there, and it might happen in the next episode, because on IMDb, it only states that she's in the show for 4 episodes, and episode 6 is the 3rd one. Love is not alive, she's probably just the hallucination. She might appear when Joe is under a lot of stress. Also keep in mind that Joe has had psychotic hallucinations before, and is probably peak paranoid right now. The problem with these split seasons, we judge after having half the story. It's like reviewing a film after switching it off halfway. It looks like the second part of the season will make up for it with some nice twists. Because the writing in the first part, I was like, what's going on? Is this the murder mystery? Is this you? Is this what? So anyway, let me know some of your theories in the comment section below, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video. Bye.